My beloved child, before you decide to leave this message, listen carefully. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What you are about to hear is not about losing something. It is about discovering something that was quietly waiting for you all along. Many people spend their entire lives searching for signs, searching for answers, searching for the moment when everything finally starts to make sense. Today, this message is for those who have felt that something important has been moving behind the scenes, even when nothing seemed to be changing on the surface. There comes a moment in every person's journey when life begins to rearrange itself. At first, the changes are invisible. The days look ordinary. The routine feels the same. The world appears unchanged. But beneath the surface, pieces are moving into place. Doors are opening where walls once stood. Paths are appearing where confusion once lived. And that is why you were guided here today. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine a story. A story about two people connected by destiny. For a long time, both believed they were searching for something outside themselves. They chased approval. They chased recognition. They chased answers from distant places. Yet the treasure they were seeking was never outside. It was hidden within them from the very beginning. One day, a surprising event changed everything. Not because it created something new, but because it revealed something that had already belonged to them. Suddenly, what was unclear became clear. What was hidden became visible. What was distant came closer than ever before. And in that moment, they realized that life had been preparing them for a breakthrough they never expected. This message carries that same energy. There is a reason you have survived every challenge that tried to stop you. There is a reason every delay failed to destroy your hope. There is a reason every closed door taught you a lesson instead of ending your journey. The story was never over. The chapter was never finished. In fact, the most important pages were still waiting to be written. Look back for a moment. Think about everything you have overcome. Think about the obstacles that once looked impossible. Think about the days when you doubted yourself. Somehow, you kept moving forward. Somehow, you found the strength to continue. Somehow, you made it here. That is not an accident. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Many people believe that extraordinary moments arrive with loud announcements. They expect fireworks. They expect dramatic signs. They expect the whole world to stop and point toward their future. But often the greatest transformations begin quietly. They begin with a feeling. A realization. A simple understanding that changes everything. And that understanding is this: what is truly meant for you cannot be permanently taken from you. Read that again in your heart. What is truly meant for you cannot be permanently taken from you. Opportunities may be delayed. Plans may change. Timelines may shift. But the things that belong in your life have a way of finding their path back to you. That is why this message is so important. There is a new chapter approaching. A chapter filled with clarity. A chapter filled with confidence. A chapter filled with possibilities that once seemed impossible. You may not see every detail yet, but the movement has already begun. Do not skip. The next part of this story becomes even more surprising because it reveals what the hidden treasure actually represents. It is not what most people expect. It is bigger than possessions. Bigger than status. Bigger than temporary victories. It is something that can change the way you see your future forever. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Right now, take a deep breath and remember this. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. Every step you have taken has been preparing you for a moment of understanding that is closer than you think. The pieces are connecting. The answers are approaching. And the next part of this journey will reveal why so many unexpected events had to happen exactly the way they did. Because sometimes the greatest gift is not receiving something new. Sometimes the greatest gift is finally realizing what was yours all along. And what comes next may be the revelation you have been waiting for. A remarkable truth is about to be revealed, and if you leave now, you may miss the very part that was meant for you. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. In the previous part, you discovered that the greatest treasures are often hidden in plain sight. But now the story moves deeper, and what comes next changes everything. Imagine standing before a door that has been closed for years. Every time you tried to open it, nothing happened. Every effort seemed unsuccessful. Every attempt felt like it was leading nowhere. Then one day, without warning, the lock turns. The door slowly opens. And behind it is something you never expected to find. That is exactly where this story begins. For a long time, you may have believed that certain opportunities belonged to someone else. You may have watched other people move ahead while you remained in the same place. You may have wondered why certain blessings seemed distant. But what if the delay was never a denial? What if the waiting period was actually preparation? Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The title of this message speaks about ownership, but not in the way most people imagine. True ownership begins the moment you recognize your value. The moment you stop seeking permission to become who you were created to be. The moment you stop doubting your own potential. Many people spend years waiting for a sign. Yet signs appear every day. The challenge is not that signs are missing. The challenge is that people overlook them. Look carefully at your journey. Think about the unexpected lessons. Think about the surprising connections. Think about the opportunities that arrived at exactly the right time. Think about the moments when everything seemed impossible, yet somehow a path appeared. These are not random events. They are pieces of a much larger picture. And now the picture is becoming clearer. Something huge is waiting for you. Do not skip. There is a reason this message found you today. There is a reason you are still listening. There is a reason you feel curious about what comes next. Deep inside, a part of you already knows that a change is approaching. A new understanding. A new perspective. A new chapter. The most surprising part is this. The treasure that seemed far away was quietly moving closer the entire time. While you were focused on the obstacles, the path was being prepared. While you were focused on the delays, the timing was being perfected. While you were focused on what was missing, life was arranging what was coming. Think about that. How many times have you worried about an outcome, only to discover later that everything worked out better than expected? How many times have you feared a closed door, only to find a greater opportunity waiting somewhere else? How many times have you looked back and realized that what felt like a setback was actually a turning point? That pattern is important. Because another turning point is approaching. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Many viewers will hear these words and move on. They will listen for a moment and forget them tomorrow. But a few people will feel something different. A few people will recognize that this message connects with a chapter they are living right now. If that is you, keep listening. Because the next revelation is extraordinary. There are moments in life when everything changes because of one realization. Not one event. Not one person. Not one coincidence. One realization. The realization that your future is larger than your fears. The realization that your possibilities are greater than your doubts. The realization that your story is still unfolding. And most importantly, the realization that what belongs in your journey is finding its way toward you. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine receiving unexpected news that completely changes how you see yourself. Imagine discovering that the limits you accepted were never real. Imagine realizing that the dream you almost gave up on is still alive. That is the energy of this chapter. Not loss. Not disappointment. Not endings. Discovery. Growth. Possibility. And revelation. The greatest surprises often arrive when people least expect them. They arrive quietly. They arrive unexpectedly. They arrive in ordinary moments that later become unforgettable memories. That is why you must remain patient. That is why you must remain hopeful. That is why you must continue moving forward. Because sometimes the breakthrough is much closer than it appears. Something huge is waiting for you. Do not skip. As this story continues, the mystery becomes even more powerful. The hidden treasure begins to reveal its true meaning. It is not simply about gaining something. It is about becoming someone. Someone stronger. Someone wiser. Someone ready for opportunities that once seemed impossible. And when that moment arrives, you will understand why every chapter before this one was necessary. Every lesson. Every delay. Every unexpected turn. Every unanswered question. They were all leading here. Stay till the end. Because the reveals the secret that transforms the entire story and explains why the greatest ownership is not about what you possess. It is about what you finally discover within yourself. A hidden chapter is now opening, and this may be the most important part of the journey so far. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The story has been building toward this moment from the very beginning, and now the deeper meaning behind everything starts to come into focus. For a long time, the treasure seemed mysterious. It seemed distant. It seemed connected to circumstances outside your control. But now a powerful truth is about to be revealed. The greatest ownership is not ownership over things. It is ownership over your purpose. Think about that for a moment. Many people spend their lives chasing things they believe will complete them. They chase recognition. They chase approval. They chase opportunities. They chase titles. Yet even after receiving those things, they often continue searching because something deeper is still missing. The people who truly transform their lives discover something extraordinary. They stop searching outside themselves and begin discovering what has been inside them all along. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine walking through a vast garden filled with countless paths. Every direction seems promising. Every road appears attractive. Every turn looks interesting. But only one path was designed specifically for you. Most people spend years wandering from path to path. They compare themselves to others. They question their progress. They wonder why someone else seems ahead. They forget that their journey was never meant to look like anyone else's. And that is where the breakthrough begins. The moment you stop comparing your chapter to someone else's chapter, your story changes. The moment you stop measuring your worth against the world's expectations, your confidence grows. The moment you realize that your value has always existed, everything begins to shift. Something huge is waiting for you. Do not skip. There is a reason certain dreams continue returning to your mind. There is a reason certain ideas keep appearing. There is a reason certain hopes refuse to disappear no matter how much time passes. Those dreams remain because they still have something to teach you. Those ideas remain because they still have somewhere to lead you. Those hopes remain because they are connected to possibilities that are not finished yet. Many viewers listening right now have almost forgotten how powerful they truly are. Life became busy. Responsibilities increased. Challenges appeared. Disappointments arrived. And little by little, they stopped believing in the greatness that once inspired them. But today is different. Today is a reminder. A reminder that your story is still being written. A reminder that your potential is still expanding. A reminder that the future is still full of possibilities. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now comes the surprising revelation. The title spoke about becoming the real owner. What if the real ownership was never about receiving something from another person? What if it was about reclaiming confidence that you accidentally gave away? What if it was about reclaiming belief in yourself? What if it was about reclaiming dreams that were placed on hold? What if it was about reclaiming joy that circumstances tried to steal? Suddenly the story becomes much bigger. Suddenly the treasure becomes much more valuable. Suddenly the message becomes personal. Because every person listening has something they need to reclaim. For some, it is hope. For some, it is courage. For some, it is trust. For some, it is purpose. And for others, it is the belief that their best days are still ahead. Something huge is waiting for you. Do not skip. The next part of this journey is powerful because it reveals why timing matters so much. Imagine receiving a blessing before you were ready to understand it. Imagine receiving an opportunity before you had the wisdom to use it. Imagine arriving at a destination before learning the lessons necessary to stay there. Sometimes preparation is the gift. Sometimes growth is the reward. Sometimes the waiting season contains treasures that can only be discovered through patience. That is why every chapter mattered. That is why every lesson mattered. That is why every unexpected turn mattered. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was meaningless. Everything contributed to the person you are becoming. And that person is stronger than you realize. Wiser than you realize. More capable than you realize. More prepared than you realize. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As you continue listening, imagine looking back 1 year from now. Imagine seeing this exact moment from the future. Imagine realizing that this was one of the days when your perspective changed forever. Because transformations often begin quietly. Not with noise. Not with announcements. Not with dramatic events. With understanding. With awareness. With realization. And once those things arrive, life can never be viewed the same way again. The story is not finished. The mystery is not finished. The revelation is not finished. In fact, the next chapter contains the most powerful discovery yet. A discovery that explains why certain opportunities are approaching, why certain doors are opening, and why the future may be far brighter than it appears today. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next part reveals the final key that turns understanding into action and possibility into reality. The final key is now within reach, and what you are about to hear may completely change the way you see your journey. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Every part of this story has been leading toward this moment, and now the hidden meaning behind the title becomes clearer than ever before. For a long time, you may have thought that success was about gaining something new. More opportunities. More recognition. More achievements. More proof that you were moving forward. But the deeper truth is often far more powerful. The greatest transformation begins when you realize how much you already possess. Not possessions. Not status. Not titles. But qualities. Strength. Wisdom. Resilience. Hope. Vision. These are treasures that cannot be measured by numbers, and yet they have the power to shape every chapter of your future. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine waking up tomorrow with complete confidence in your path. Imagine no longer questioning whether you are capable. Imagine no longer wondering if your dreams are too big. Imagine looking at every challenge and seeing an opportunity hidden inside it. That is the shift this story has been building toward. Because the real owner is the person who finally recognizes their own value. The real owner is the person who stops giving power to fear. The real owner is the person who chooses belief over doubt. The real owner is the person who continues moving forward even when the destination is not fully visible. And perhaps that person is becoming you. Something huge is waiting for you. Do not skip. There is an incredible reason why so many surprising events have happened in your life. At the time, they may have seemed random. At the time, they may have seemed confusing. At the time, they may have looked like interruptions. But now a different perspective appears. What if those moments were not interruptions? What if they were preparations? What if they were guiding you toward a version of yourself that was stronger than the one you used to be? Think carefully about that. Every lesson taught you something. Every delay taught you patience. Every challenge taught you resilience. Every unexpected turn taught you adaptability. And all of those qualities are becoming part of your greatest treasure. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now comes one of the most surprising revelations in this entire journey. The future is often shaped long before people can see it. A seed grows beneath the surface before anyone notices. A sunrise begins before the first light appears. A breakthrough starts before the results become visible. And many times, the most important changes are happening when people think nothing is happening at all. That is why hope matters. That is why persistence matters. That is why faith in your journey matters. Because invisible progress is still progress. And sometimes the greatest victories begin quietly. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine looking back years from now and remembering this exact chapter. Imagine realizing that this was the period when everything began to change. Not because the world changed overnight, but because your understanding changed. The moment understanding changes, decisions change. The moment decisions change, actions change. The moment actions change, results begin to change. And that is how remarkable futures are created. One realization at a time. One step at a time. One choice at a time. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Many people spend years waiting for permission to become who they were meant to be. They wait for perfect circumstances. They wait for certainty. They wait for guarantees. But growth does not wait for perfect conditions. Growth begins when a person decides to move forward. Growth begins when a person decides to trust their journey. Growth begins when a person chooses possibility over limitation. And that decision can change everything. This is why the story matters. This is why the title matters. This is why you were guided here today. Because the greatest ownership is not ownership of an object. It is ownership of your future. Ownership of your purpose. Ownership of your mindset. Ownership of your direction. And once you claim those things, the possibilities become extraordinary. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As this chapter comes to a close, remember one thing above all else. You are not defined by yesterday. You are not limited by old expectations. You are not restricted by previous chapters. The story is still unfolding. The journey is still continuing. The possibilities are still expanding. And the next chapter may contain opportunities you cannot even imagine yet. That is why you must keep moving forward. That is why you must keep believing. That is why you must keep growing. Because every great story reaches a moment when everything starts making sense. And perhaps that moment is closer than you think. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The treasure has been revealed. The mystery has been explained. The lesson has become clear. The real owner is the person who discovers their true strength, embraces their purpose, and walks confidently toward the future. And now, the next chapter of your journey is ready to begin.